Hello everyone. In this video, we're picking out and sharing the latest topics about Asia. From one of the most famous Reddit-style forums in Japan. Even if you don't understand Japanese, we've translated everything into English subtitles and audio. So you can join the conversation as if you were in Japan. So, let's dive into the discussions happening in Japan. It's been revealed that Huawei's latest AI product uses advanced processors manufactured by TSMC in Taiwan. This suggests that China still struggles to produce reliable, cutting-edge chips in sufficient quantities domestically. But no one knows when or how Huawei got these TSMC-made chips.
Could this mean Huawei is deceiving people in China too? They're probably hiding any inconvenient truths for Xi Jinping's pride. Why did China feel the need to brag about their own semiconductors? Maybe they're telling Xi that Taiwan is part of China, so it's technically Chinese-made. So now TSMC is the enemy of the world too? I bet it's the same story with their smartphones. Classic copycat nation. Is that why China wants to invade Taiwan? If they invade Taiwan, both Taiwan and China could end up in ruins. And if that happens, they'll just turn their sights on Japan's Kyushu. Japan's tech isn't as advanced anyway. More like cheap, general-purpose stuff. 6 nanometers isn't the most cutting-edge tech, but it's still advanced enough. China can't make it, and only TSMC, Samsung, and maybe Intel can produce it at scale. Shouldn't we sanction TSMC for selling to China? That's a COCOM violation. If it were a Japanese company, the US would have crushed them by now. China and Taiwan are really in cahoots behind the scenes. Classic nomadic mentality, always trying to take what isn't theirs. This might just get Trump riled up. People said it would take China 10 years to catch up to Western semiconductor tech. So, in 10 years, they'll catch up and surpass us? Or is that not gonna happen? We thought China was making rapid progress, but all they did was copy. So now, they can't catch up after all. Apparently, the only innovations China claims are e-commerce, high-speed rail, and bike sharing. Not exactly groundbreaking, is it? Lots of countries probably resell to China, like Southeast Asia. Tests on a Chinese CPU showed it's on par with tech from 30 years ago. But hey, it works for weapons and self-driving vehicles. AI chips without a backdoor? What a missed opportunity. Once again, it's foreign-made tech under the hood. China's been like this for 20 years. TSMC just makes stuff to order. Huawei's product is still technically theirs. A Canadian electronics firm had their info stolen by China and lost to Huawei in a price war. Can we be sure this won't happen in the semiconductor world? For AI, it's all about software and data anyway. Who cares if the chip is TSMC made? China has already cornered the market with patents in telecommunications. China poured massive subsidies into its semiconductor startups. But it all went to waste. Their EV industry had similar failures, but this is even worse. They can't mass-produce chips. Yet, so are TSMC chips sneaking into China somehow? Feels like this needs better oversight. TSMC must know they're selling to China. You can't just not know where these AI chips are going. If they're that lax, even Japan could start producing these. No, TSMC wouldn't know. Even with LSI design data, the fab side wouldn't know the end use. And honestly, everyone's making AI chips these days. If it's Taiwanese made, doesn't that make it more trustworthy? China's probably getting these through some third-party route. Oops, caught in the act. Are they better than Samsung? Samsung has overheating issues. Teaching electronics to the Chinese was a mistake. Globalization backfiring in real time. Foreign investment is pulling out of China, and mistrust in Xi is growing. Are we headed for an aggressive crackdown or the fall of the CCP? It's impossible to block China entirely. They'll just go through third-party channels. Total isolation only worked in the Cold War days. If China does invade Taiwan, I wonder if their factories would self-destruct. Or maybe the US would just bomb them to dust. Don't they even know who placed the order? Feels like TSMC's security is way too loose.
Did you find this video interesting? We'll keep bringing you fun topics from Japan's online community. Please subscribe to the channel and drop some comments.